The Hawaii Board of Land and Natural Resources has decided to significantly increase a fine for the grounding of a luxury yacht near Honolulu Bay last year. The fine that was originally given was just under $117,500 US, despite the salvage operation alone costing approximately $500,000. Now that didn't take into account the damage to the coral and the fuel leak that came after the hull was pierced as it sat aground on the rocks. The new fine is the maximum that could be levied against the owners. Now you probably remember this story if you're a regular on the channel. Back in February 2023, the Nakoa, a 28 meter or 94 foot luxury yacht, broke free of its moorings and grounded on a reef near Honolulu Bay Marine Life Conservation District. This resulted in damaging 120 coral colonies and some 1,640 square meters of live rock. The yacht had moored to an underwater mooring point designed only for smaller boats to use for up to 2 hours. However, the owner of the yacht, who had taken his charter yacht to use it for a personal family break, had moored there overnight for 2 nights. In the early hours of the morning, the yacht had broken free whilst they slept on board and drifted onto the rocks. It was over 6 weeks before the yacht could be removed, and the vessel sank soon after the salvage ship had towed her out to sea. Now on Friday, the BLNR increased the recommended fine, as we said, from $117,500 to the new maximum amount of $1.8 million. In actual fact, the exact amount is $1,818,851.97. This was after hearing testimony from local members of the community. Now, according to the reporting by the Star Advertiser, a local newspaper in Maui, John Carty of the Save Honolulu Coalition asked the BLNR to send a powerful message to boat owners to honour the community's pain and suffering. He said, "It's been a hellish year for our community. We've endured too much. It's unthinkable, and a slap on the wrist today for the boat owners would be a slap in our face when we've gone through so much. This desecration and damage to one of our most sacred places demands the $1.8 million fine." Now, the fines are to be levied against Jim Jones of Noelani Yacht Charters LLC, Kevin Albert and Kimberly Albert of the Albert Revocable Trust. The vessel, which was owned by the trust and the benefactors of that trust being Kimberly and Kevin Albert, and the yacht was sold to Jim Jones through a 15-year loan. This was to enable Mr. Jones, who ran the Noelani Yacht Charters, to charter that yacht. However, it also transpired that the Nakoa, the yacht that ran aground, did not have a charter license, or he did not have a license to charter that vessel. He used a workaround called a bareboat charter, meaning he chartered the boat out to people without providing any crew, instead suggesting when they chartered the boat that the clients hire the crew that he'd vetted ahead of time. In July of 2023, the Alberts and their trust reached a tentative agreement with the board to pay a settlement in the amount of $117,471. But the BLNR reserved its right to assess the fines and penalties against Jim Jones and Noelani Yacht Charters. After 6 months and despite numerous requests to the Alberts, the settlement did not materialise. This was a win for natural, biological and cultural resources and for an entire community which places great value on a cherished bay and the life it supports, said the BLNR Chair Dawn Chang. "I'm proud of the BLNR for sending a strong message that if you damage Hawaii's precious resources and cause distress for people, the penalties can be significant."